So if you guys missed the last draft-themed franchise team builder setup video that we did, we took Rasmus Dahlin, put him onto the Buffalo Sabres, and seen if they would be able to make the playoffs in year number 2. Unfortunately, the Sabres just barely missed out, so we're going to continue along with this theme as per your guys' requests and move on to the number 2 draft pick. Now, the number 2 pick belongs to the Carolina Hurricanes, and all odds point to them selecting Andrei Svechnikov from the Barrie Colts with that number 2 overall pick. So, like the first episode, let's take the year 2 Carolina Hurricanes and see if Andrei Svechnikov can help them make it to the playoffs for the first time since 2009. Hey guys, what is going on today? Joe here, back again for another NHL 18 franchise mode team setup video, where today we are taking the Carolina Hurricanes here in year number 2 and putting Andrei Svechnikov onto the team to see if they can make the playoffs. So if you guys wouldn't mind, make sure to go down to that comment section down below. Make sure to leave an idea for something you guys would like to see team setup wise in franchise mode. Make sure to give the video a like, make sure to guys subscribe if you are new, and also make sure to check out the first video we did with Rasmus Dahlin and the Buffalo Sabres. So the setup is pretty much exactly the same as the first video. We simulated a full year number 1 in franchise mode with the Carolina Hurricanes, didn't really touch anything. Did a couple contract negotiations here in the offseason, but we are situated here year number 2 with the Hurricanes, and obviously I have made it so that they have Andrei Svechnikov on their team. Now this year 2 simulation with Carolina should be very, very interesting. I'll get to that in a second, but let's take a look at what the team is going to be looking like on offense for year number 2. So obviously we're going to have Sebastian Aho, Jordan Staal, and then we're going to opt to throw Andrei Svechnikov on the very first line next to those 2 guys. So I also upgraded Svechnikov's stats a little bit so that he has roughly the same overall as Rasmus Dahlin. And what I basically did was I just took every single stat of his and increased it by 1 overall. So that brought him up from a 77 up to a 78. That's what line number 1 is going to look like. Line number 2, Teuvo Teravainen, Victor Rask, and Jeff Skinner. Line number 3, Lee Stepniak, Derek Ryan, and Elias Lindholm. Fourth line, Phil DiGiuseppe, Marcus Kruger, and Justin Williams. As we move on to defense, obviously the year 1 increases on defense for this young defensive core was really looking good for this team. Noah Hannafin and Justin Falk are both up to 87s. Slavin is at 83, Pesce at an 84. Hayden Fleury and TDR both at 80 overall. Now when it comes to the goaltending situation, So, you guys know that Cam Ward is only an 82 if you start franchise mode year number 1 with the most recent roster update, right? So, you guys are saying, why the hell did Cam Ward get to an 88 overall? Your guess is as good as mine. So, there's all of his stats. It looks pretty crazy that 34 overall got a 6 overall boost after year number 1. Well, maybe he had a good year. Maybe the Carolina Hurricanes won the Stanley Cup and he got a crazy increase. Would you guys like to see Cam Ward's stats for the first year of simulation that I did? So he went 27, 25, and 10. Save percentage of .922. Goals against average of 2.33. His goals against average was the best NHL performance that it has been. Obviously, I'm not going to count that AHL year. I think that was the that was a lockout year, right? Where he played 2 games in the AHL. I don't know. No, they sent him down 2 games in there because he just was playing like trash. But anyway, this past season, as you guys can see, his goals against average was his best in his overall career here. And if we look at save percentage as well, it was his best NHL performance. So technically, Cam Ward in this simulation had his best overall numbers as an NHL goaltender. However, I don't know if that warrants a 6 overall increase up to an 88 overall, but you know what? We're gonna run with it. Why not? And just in case you guys are accusing me of increasing his stats, there's his progress reports. 14 stats modified, started the year overall in an 82, natural growth overall to an 82, current overall 88 overall. Yeah, I don't know. He got statistical growth, so I guess if you have your best overall year as a player or an NHL goaltender, apparently you do very, very well in this game. I mean, just look at the stats increased. Like, his entire reflexes categories went up by a good bit amount. Like, some of his stats really didn't even go up by all too much, so I really don't know how he grew 6 overall points up to an 88. Beats me, guys. But anyways, let's get started here. If you guys were wondering on special teams, I think Svechnikov is on the second line power play. Same thing what we did with Dahlin. We put him on the second line power play, and his team should be good to go. So let's start simming here with the Carolina Hurricanes. Might be an asterisk next to this team's result, considering the overall that Cam Ward got, but you know what? The game says it was meant to be. Apparently Cam Ward's going to have one hell of a year 2 bounce back with the Hurricanes, making him play like an 88 overall goaltender. And you know what? We're just gonna go to like the halfway point. I actually simmed to the entire season, so I'll stop it when I feel like it. So let's see how the Hurricanes do. Alright guys, so here we are at the halfway point of the NHL season with our Carolina Hurricanes. They currently sit at a record of 20-14-7, which is good enough for 6th place in the Metropolitan Division. They're only 3 points out of a wild card spot, that final wild card spot being held by the New Jersey Devils. So looks like the Metro is pretty competitive this year. The Flyers are doing pretty good. Philadelphia, Columbus, and Pittsburgh and New York Islanders are all doing well, all separated by 2 points, it seems, at the top of the division. So we're not too far off, it seems. Teuvo Teravainen is leading our team, 26 points in 41 games played. So on that first line, he is doing 13 points in 41 games. So he's got 5 goals, 8 assists for 13 points. He's already up to a 79 overall as well. So he's getting some more increases from playing on that first line, which is definitely expected. He's a plus player, which is good. No real forward is kind of really standing out all too much. Skinner and Aho both have the most goals with 11 apiece, but Svechnikov 13 points. Hopefully he'll get roughly 30 by the end of the year. Defender stats, there you guys go right there. Slavin, Hannafin, and Falk all doing the damn thing right there. And then good old 88 overall Cam Ward, 14-9-6, 4 shutouts on the air, save percentage of .921, 2.29 goals against average. Alright, so let's continue to sim here. The Hurricanes look to be very, very interesting coming into the trade deadline here, and sitting only 3 points back of a wild card spot. Let's see if they're going to make a run here at the back half of the season, and let's see if there's going to be some playoffs for this team. Alright guys, so the end of the regular season has arrived, and unfortunately, just like the Buffalo Sabres, the Carolina Hurricanes are unfortunately going to be on the outside looking in for the playoffs here in year number 2, as they finished with a record of 37-35-10, very similar to that of what the Buffalo Sabres finished with in our other predictions simulation type of video. And even with the game trying to help it out, I mean, they gave Cam Ward a 6 overall boost, and even that couldn't help the Carolina Hurricanes make it into the playoffs. So there you guys go. There's what the Metro looks like. In case you were wondering what the wild card points were, it was 95 points held by the Ottawa Senators, so they were a good 11 points behind. But here are the point totals for you guys. Jeff Skinner was their leading point getter with only 51 points. That's really not good enough. Carolina is missing that true star on offense, and it really does show here in the stats that their best point getter only getting 50 points and only 26 goals. It's pretty rough there for Carolina in franchise mode for sure. But 51 points for Skinner, 48 for Teravainen. Rask and Aho both had 44. Stahl had 42. Svechnikov almost did get 40 points, which is pretty nice. He's up to an 80 overall, so he did grow 2 overall points, which is always nice. 14 goals, 23 assists, 37 points. Not bad for him. I probably would expect him to maybe get, I would think in real life NHL, probably roughly around maybe like 50 points, depending on who he plays with. If he plays with guys like Skinner and Aho, Teravainen, guys like that, I'm pretty sure he'll get close to like 50 points on the year. So that might be a decent year for Svechnikov. There's everybody else there. On the Carolina Hurricanes, defensemen look like that. Falk, Slavin, and Hannafin both had really good years, almost 40 points from all 3 of those defensemen, which is nice. So that was the bright spot of the team right there. And then Cam Ward's stats are as such right there, 26, 20, and 8, save percentage .918, and he had 1 assist on the year. A weird simulation that I've never really seen before, that a goaltender over the age of 30 increased by 6 overall points after 1 season. And even then, Cam Ward can't help this team, nor can the addition of Andrei Svechnikov to their team make it into the playoffs. So that'll do it, guys, for this simulation test. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like down below, comment, like I said, your suggestions for other videos, and subscribe if you guys are new. Next one we might do, I'm not sure yet, but Filip Zadina on the Montreal Canadiens. If you guys would like to see that, somebody leave a comment down below, and a bunch of you guys leave a thumbs up on that comment. If we get, I don't know, maybe like 30 thumbs up on one comment or something like that, we'll do Zadina on the Montreal Canadiens and see if they have a better chance to do it. I mean, they got Carey Price, so odds are they should make it. Did they even make it in this sim here? Yeah, they came in third. So hopefully adding Zadina to that team might be able to increase their odds even further. But let me know down below, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.